بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new episode about pronunciation. Today we have a new episode about how to improve your pronunciation and how to speak English fluently and normally as any native speakers. So, what? Can you say that again? How many times do you hear this when you are speaking? Even if your vocabulary and English grammar are perfect, it can still be difficult for people to understand you because of your pronunciation. Learning to pronounce English words correctly can be one of the hardest parts of learning English. The English language has some sounds that your native language might not. So you will have to learn how to make completely new sounds. Plus, English vowels make it really tricky to know how to say a word. Way, and way are all said the same. For example, while calm, palm, and tom are all pronounced differently. Yeah. We know it can make you crazy. So that's why we have 8 tips for you to help you pronounce English words better. So today our episode is about how to improve your English pronunciation. I'm going to give you 8 tips to talk like a native speaker. Your job is to follow all these tips and you will speak English naturally and smoothly. Let's go to tip number 1. Learn to listen. Before you learn how to speak, you will need to learn how to listen. Some sounds can be hard to tell apart when you're listening. Did the speaker sleep or slip? Did he hurt his chin or shin? If you can hear the difference, it will be easier to speak the difference. The better you get at hearing words, the better you will become at pronouncing them. So, the first key for better pronunciation is listening. The more you listen, the more you speak. So, try to listen to the native speakers. Try to listen carefully to the way they are pronouncing the sounds of English. This is very important. So listening comes first and speaking comes next. Tip number 2. Note how your mouth and lips move. The movement of your mouth and the movement of your lips are very crucial and very, very important because they are shaping the sounds of English language. When you speak, you move your mouth. How you move your mouth affects how you pronounce a word. The first step to correcting your mouth shape is to notice it and pay attention how it moves. There are a few ways you can check that your mouth and lips are making the correct shape. The first one is use a mirror. This is by far the simplest way to tell what your mouth is doing while you talk. The second method is put a finger in front of your lips, like you're saying shh. As you speak, don't move your finger. You should feel your lips moving away from or pushing against your finger. So watching other people and notice the shape their mouth and lips make when they talk. So try to look carefully at the actress and the actors who are acting in the movie. It's very, very important to follow the same movement of their lips and their mouth. So shadowing is very good in this case. So be careful about the movement of your mouth and your lips, because they are responsible for producing the correct sounds in English. Tip number 3. Pay attention to your tongue. The main difference between rice and lice is in your tongue. When you speak, you move your tongue to make sounds. You probably didn't even notice that, since you do it without thinking. To improve your English pronunciation, it's a good idea to check what your tongue is doing. Some difficult sounds for non-native speakers to make are the letters L and R and the sound TH. Pronouncing them correctly is all in the tongue. And especially for the Arab people, they are mispronouncing the sound P and B. We will talk about the difference in a separate video about all the sounds in English and how can we differentiate between the different method and the different technique that we are using to produce all the sounds in English. Tip number 4. Break words down into sounds. Words are made of syllables, and we talked about the syllables in a separate video before. The word syllable, for example, has 3 syllables. Syllable. Turning words into parts or segments can make them easier to pronounce. To check how many syllables a word has, it's very easy. Just place your hand flat just under your chin. Say the word slowly. Each time your chin touches your hand, that's a syllable. Syllable. 3 times. So the word syllable has 3 syllables. So this is good technique for you to check how many syllables the word has by putting the flat of your hand under your chin. It's very easy. Try it at home and you will get it. It's very easy. Let's move to tip number 5. Add stress to sounds and words. English is a stressed language. That means some words and sounds are more important than others. You can hear this when you say a word out loud. For example, the word introduce is pronounced with a stress at the end of the word. So it sounds like this, introduce. Sometimes where you put the stress in a word can change the word's meaning, and this is very important. Say this word out loud, present. If you said present, you are talking about a noun. That means either right this moment or a gift. If you said present, so the stress on the second syllable of the word, so you are talking about a verb that means to give or show something. Yes. Let's move to tip number 6. Use pronunciation podcasts and videos. There are some excellent video and audio guides on English pronunciations that you can use to improve your English. The English Language Club, for example, has many videos that show how to make different sounds in English. BBC Learning English has friendly videos on how to speak English and how to pronounce English in everyday conversation. Tip number 7. Record yourself. One way to tell if all your practice is working is to record yourself. With a camera, use a camera and not just a sound recorder, because it's important to see how you speak, not only hear it. How to move your lips, how to move your tongue, how to move your jaws. All these things are very important. So recording by using camera, it might be better for you to check your pronunciation and to know everything about your pronunciation. You don't need to download any special software to record yourself. Most computers and mobile devices nowadays have built-in video recorders. Your phone or mobile device also has a video capturing application, usually as part of the camera application. Ask a friend or watch yourself a video to check. If your pronunciation doesn't sound like the same, ask yourself some questions. Are you moving your mouth the right way? Is your tongue in the right place? Are you stressing the right part of the word? So asking yourself all these questions is going to help you to improve your pronunciation, because all these questions related to the matter of pronunciation, and this is very easy to be understood. The last tip, number 8, practice with a buddy. As always, as we say, practice makes perfect, and it's easier to practice with a friend. Practicing with a buddy or a friend will give you a chance to try everything you learned and learn new things from each other. Plus, it's fun. Pronunciation is as important to learning English as vocabulary and the grammar. Thanks to these 8 tips, you will soon be on your way to pronouncing English like a native. Of course, there are many other tips to improve your English, but here in this video, I just collected 8 tips for you to give you a guideline to improve your English and to improve your pronunciation. Thank you so much for watching, and this is the end of our video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.